Hello, hello. Oh, Chico started moving. Ooh, we should be good. Looking at everything. Oh, it's not ASMR, that's fine. Ooh. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What? Why'd I get two for? Ooh. I just got a Warframe notification. A weird way to start the video. But there's an update coming out today, and I'm very excited for it. Well, welcome. It's about Wednesday. A little too close to the mic. There we go. A little bit of a slow start, but I hope everyone's having a good Wednesday. Make sure everything's all good before I get started and start talking. Boop, boop, boop. Because this is a real long story, and I had to pull it up on Wiki. I'm reading this off of Wiki of all things. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, we should be good. We should be all good. But yeah, welcome everyone. Um, a little bit of a slow start. It's because I was kind of waiting for the house to calm down. Then I was trying to make sure everything looked good. As you could tell, I put Holly in a new costume. Oop. Hopefully, it's all good on Twitch's end. It says excellent, but I saw it loading there. Yeah. But yeah, I decided to dress her up for the rest of Halloween. I dressed her up as the girl and that cat from Madoka Magica. I saw there was a little error because like right underneath the ear, so I had to fix it and then re-upload it again onto what I'm using. But it looks great now. Actually, we're gonna do this live. Cause I found out I could switch between costumes too. So if you see like my program, I apologize in advance, but I'm gonna show it off. Boop, and I could just switch so fast between costumes. I'm so happy. But yeah, today we're gonna be diving into something very popular, or popular back then. That is, as you could tell from the face. Basically, wow, I'm pausing a lot today. I just have so many things I wanted to say. But yeah, this is a story. It was a real famous game creepypasta. And it was based off of this statue, which is a statue of Majora's Mask. And you can tell from the face that it's very, very creepy. So someone made a whole creepypasta off of it. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to say. I have like a lot to say, but also there's so many people here, so I wanted to be fast too about it, so I can knock the story out before like everyone's up and about again. I waited so long to find like the perfect moment to get to this. Finally, I have my window. Well, I guess I should say beforehand too. Again, I'm doing this live, so there's going to be a lot of scuff. I apologize in advance. Also, I like to give credit to these kind of stories, but these stories again are really old and they like to act like they're real, so there's not really like a person. Like I imagine somebody made this story up, but yeah, they're I don't think I'm gonna find whoever anytime soon. Yeah. I think that's about everything. Again, I hope that everyone's having a spooky time so far. Um, check one more time because this is actually in parts. Also, this ain't ASMR by the way, so I'm all good. But yeah, I'm. It's actually pretty lengthy too. So not gonna be like Squidward Suicide where it was like 20 some minutes long. And then I had to do a whole bunch of do like a couple Reddit stories because I felt bad. I like to keep the length between like it was like 30 minutes, but I like to go like at least between 30 minutes and an hour. And then if I go over, that's fine too. But yeah, I think we're ready to get started on this. Again, I put just talking. I always put just chatting and talking in my videos anyway. Boop, boop, boop. All right, but yeah, this is Ben Drones. Part 1, Day 4. Today, or no, not today. Well, I fucked up right off the bat. I screwed up right off. It says, okay, and then X. I need your help with this. This is not a creepypasta. This is a long read, but I feel like my safety or well-being could very well depend on this. This is video game related, specifically Majora's Mask, and this is the creepiest shit that I have ever happened to me in my entire life. Having said that, I recently moved into the dorm room, starting as a sophomore in college, and a friend of mine gave me his old Nintendo 64 to play. I was stoked to say the least. I couldn't finally play all those old games of my youth. Oh, give me a minute. People going into the kitchen. I thought I was good. But screw it. I waited. You hear any talking in the background? I apologize. I thought that they were gone. Hold up. See, my boy's excited. He hears people and he wants to go say hi. Boop. Alright, let's continue. Again, I thought that they were gone. So you might have to hear talking during this. I think we're good though. If not, I'll put music on. Because they might be really loud. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. I was waiting so long. I waited so long to start the stream, and now they're in the kitchen again. Um, I think like I'm gonna wait a minute. If not, I'm gonna walk out there and say something, so that way I can at least talk to. I save my spot at least. But yeah, while they're doing that, I hope everyone again is having a great Wednesday. I'm sad that we're already halfway through Halloween already. Um, now Chico's over here. He really wants to go say hi. Oh. But yeah, it's a learning experience. They shouldn't even be up this early, to be honest. They were up so late. Um, I think I'm gonna finish. Like I'm gonna read this paragraph off, and then see what happens. I have to reread it anyway. I screwed it up so bad. So let's see here. Having said that, I recently moved into my dorm room, starting as a sophomore in college, and a friend of mine gave me this old Nintendo 64 to play. I was stoked to say the least. I could finally play those old games of my youth that I haven't touched in at least a decade. His Nintendo 64 came with one yellow controller and a rather shoddy copy of Super Smash Bros. And while beggars can't be choosers, needless to say, it didn't take long before I became bored of beating up level 9 CPUs. You can never be bored of Smash. Smash is really good. That weekend, I decided to drive around a few neighborhoods, about 20 minutes or so off campus, hitting up the local garage sales, hoping to score some old good deals from ignorant parents. I ended up giving Okay, we should be good. Alright. I ended up picking up a copy of Pokemon Stadium GoldenEye. Fuck yeah. F-Zero and two other controllers for $2. Satisfied, I began to drive out of the neighborhood when one last house caught my attention. I still have no idea why it did. There was no cars there, and only one table was set up with a random junk on it. But something or some sort I messed up something. But something sort of drew me there. I usually trust my gut on these things, so I got out of the car and was greeted by an old man. His outward appearance was, for lack of a better word, displeasing. It was odd if you ask me. To tell you why I thought he was displeasing, I couldn't really pinpoint anything there. It was just something about him that put me on edge. I can't explain it. All I can tell you is that if it wasn't in the middle of the afternoon, there would be other people within shouting distance. I would not have even thought of approaching this man. He flashed with a crooked smile at me and asked what I was looking for, and immediately I noticed that he must be blind in one of his eyes. His right eye had the glazed over look about it. I forced myself to to his eye, trying not to offend, and asked him if I had any old video games. I don't remember any of this. I was already wondering how I could politely excuse myself from the situation when he would tell me he had no idea what a video game was. But to my surprise, he said he had a few ones. Oh my gosh. It's like, it's white lettering on black, so it's really hard to read for me. Like, it really hurts. But I have the light on, so I'm hoping that helps. He assured me he'd be back in a jiffy and turned to head back into the garage. As I watched him hobble away, I couldn't help but notice that he was selling on his table, littered across his table, were rather particular paintings. Various artworks. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, should be good. I said something. Because I didn't want anything that they're saying to pick up either while I'm doing this. So I wanted to be safe than sorry. We should be good now. Blah, blah, blah. Again, I already said it. A lot of scuff in the beginning, but we should be good. Boop, boop, boop. It was obvious why no one was visiting this guy's garage sale. They weren't exactly they weren't aesthetically pleasing. As I came to the last one, for some reason, it looked almost like Majora's Mask. The same heart-shaped body with little spikes protruding outward. Initially, I would just thought that since I was secretly hoping to find the game in these garage sales, some Freudian bullshit was projecting itself into the ink blots. But given the events that happened afterward, I'm not so sure now. I should have asked the man about it. I wish I would have asked the man about it. I said it twice. It actually is on here twice. After staring at the Majora shaped blot, I looked up and the old man was suddenly there again, arm's length in front of me, smiling at me. I'll admit I jumped out of reflex and I laughed nervously as he handed me the Nintendo 64 cartridge. It was a standard gray color, except that someone had written Majora on it in black permanent marker. I got butterflies in my stomach as I realized what a coincidence this was, as asked him about how much he wanted for it. The old man smiled at me and told me that I could have it for free, that it used to belong to a kid who was about my age that didn't live here anymore. There was something weird about how the man phrased it, but I didn't really pay any attention to then. I was too caught up with not only finding this game, but getting it for free. I reminded myself to be a bit skeptical since this looked like a pretty shady cartridge, and there's no guarantee it would work. But then the optimist inside of me interjected that maybe it was some kind of beta version, a pirated version of the game, and that I needed to be back on Cloud 9. I thanked the man, and the man smiled at me and wished me well, saying goodbye then. At least that's what it sounded like to me. All the way in the car ride home, I had a nagging doubt that the man who said something else. My fears were confirmed when I booted up the game. To my surprise, it worked just fine. There was one save file named simply Ben. Goodbye, Ben. He was saying goodbye, Ben. I felt bad for the man. Obviously a grandparent and obviously going senile, and I, for some reason or another, reminded him of his grandson Ben. Out of curiosity, I looked at the save file, eyeballing it. I could tell that he was pretty far in the game. He had almost all the masks and 3/4 remains of the bosses. I noticed that he had used the owl statue to save the game. He was on day 3 of the Stone Tower Temple, and hardly an hour behind before the moon would crash. I remember thinking that it was a shame that he had come so close to beating the game. But he never finished it. I made a new file named Link out of tradition and started playing the game, ready to relive my childhood. For such a shady looking game cartridge, I was really impressed at how smoothly it ran. Literally just like a copy of the game, saved for a few minor hiccups here and there, like textures being there when they shouldn't be, random flashes of cutscenes and odd intervals, but nothing too bad. However, the only thing that was a little unnerving was that at times the NPCs would call me Link, and at other times they would call me Ben. I figured it was just a bug, a fluke in the programming causing our files to get mixed up or something. It did kind of creep me out though after a while. It was around after I had beaten a Woodfall temple that I regrettably went into the files deleted Ben. I had intended to preserve the file just out of respect to the game owners. It's not like I needed 2 files anyway. Hoping that would solve the problem. It did and it didn't. That seemed really weird. Now NPCs wouldn't call me anything. Where my name should be in the dialogue, there was just a blank space. My save file name was still called Link, though. Frustrated with the homework to do, I put the game down for a day. I started playing the game again last night, getting the lens of truth and working my way towards completing the Snowhead Temple. Now, for some of you more hardcore Majora's Mask players know about the 4th day glitch. For those who don't know, can Google it. But the gist of it is that right as the clock is about to hit 00000000 on the final day, you talk to the astronomer and look through the telescope. If you time it right, the countdown disappears and you initially have another day to finish whatever you were doing. Deciding to do the glitch to try and finish the Snowhead Temple, I happened to get right on the first try and the encounter the bottom disappeared. However, when I pressed B to exit the telescope, instead of being greeted by an astronomer, I found myself in Majora's Mask fight room at the end of the game. The trippy box in the arena, staring at the Skull Kid hovered above me. There was no sound, just him floating in the air above me, and the background music, which was regular for the area, but still creepy. Immediately, my palms began to sweat. This was definitely not normal. Skull Kid never appeared here. I tried moving around the area, and no matter where I went, the Skull Kid would always be facing me, looking at me, not saying anything. Nothing would happen, though, as this kept up for around 60 seconds. I thought the game had bugged or something, but I was beginning to doubt that very much. Oh, and also I should say, before I continue, there's actually videos. Like if you go looking up the story, people made videos too that went along with it. So that's something to like look up. Maybe do while I'm reading this. It's actually really cool. Um, I was about to reach for the reset button when text appeared on my screen. You're not sure why, but you apparently have reservation. I instantly recognized the text. You get that message when you get to the room key from Andrew and the stock pot in. But why is it playing here? I refused to entertain the notion that it was almost as if the game was trying to communicate with me. I started navigating the room again, testing to see if there was some sort of trigger that enabled me to interact with something here. Then I realized how stupid I was. To even think that someone could reprogram the game like this was absurd. Sure enough, 15 seconds later, another message appeared on the screen. And again, like the first one, I already pre-existing game. Go to the lair of the temple's boss. Yes or no? I paused for a second, contemplating what I should press and how the game would react, when I realized I couldn't select no. Taking a deep breath, I pressed yes, and the screen faded to white, with words dawn of a new day with subtext I beneath it. There was a ported to me, no, where I was ported to filled me with the most intense sense of dread and impending fear I have ever experienced. Some of this is worded weird. The only way I can describe the way I felt here is having this feeling of an inexplicable depression on a profound scale. I'm normally not a depressed person, but the way I felt here was feeling that I didn't even know existed. It was such a twisted, powerful presence that seemed to wash over me. I appeared in some kind of weird Twilight Zone version of Clocktown. I walked out of the clock tower, as you normally do when you start from day one, only to find that all the inhabitants were gone. Usually, with the fourth day glitch, you can still find the guards and the dog that runs outside the tower. This time, they were all gone. What replaced them was an ominous feeling that was something out there, in the same area as me. It was watching me. I had 4 hearts to my name and the hero's bow, but at this point I wasn't even considered for my avatar. I felt that I personally was in some kind of danger. Perhaps the most chilling thing was the music. It was the song of healing, ripped straight from the game itself, but played in reverse. The music would get louder, building up so as if you should expect something to pop out at you, but nothing ever did. And the constant loop began to wear on my mental state. Ooh, drink break. Much better. I'm drinking a Rockstar. That's probably not a good idea. Boop. Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Every now and then, oh my god. There is a lot of scuff in this video today. I'm so sorry. And again, if it picked up on me trying to calm down my dog earlier, I apologize too. I hope I caught it, like I caught it before he started like getting real loud. But now he's sleeping. He's being such a sweetheart. Every now and then, I would hear the faint laugh of the happy mask salesman in the background. Just quiet enough so that I wasn't sure if I just hearing things, but just loud enough to keep me determined to find them. I looked in all 4 zones of Clocktown, only to find nothing. No one. Textures were missing. West Clocktown had me walking on air. The entire area felt broken. Hopelessly broken, as if the reverse song of healing repeated for what must have been 50th time. I just remember standing there in the middle of the South Clocktown, realizing that I've never felt so alone in a video game before. As I walked through Ghost Town, I don't know whether it was a combination of out-of-the-place textures, an atmosphere, and the haunting melody of the once peaceful and smoothing song being butchered and distorted, but I was literally on the verge of tears and had no idea why. I hardly ever cry, Something had gripped me here and was a powerful sense of depression that was both foreign and crippling. I tried leaving Clocktown, but every time I attempted to zone out, the screen would fade to black and I would just zone into another part of Clocktown. I tried playing my ocarina. I wanted to escape. Whoa, what just happened? There we go. Again, on Wiki and it tried to scroll. I did not want to be here, but every time I played the Song of Time or Song of Soaring, it would only say your notes echo far, but nothing happens. By this point, it was obvious that the game didn't want me to leave. But I had no idea why it was keeping me here. I apologize. This ad is in the way. It's blocking me from scrolling. I didn't want to go inside the building. I felt that I would be too vulnerable there to whatever I was terrified of. I don't know why, but I came up with the idea that maybe if I drowned myself in the laundry pool, I would spawn somewhere else and leave this place. As I zoned in, I ran towards the pool. That's when it happened. Link grabbed his head, and the screen flashed for a brief moment of the happy mask salesman smiling at me. Not Link, me, with the Skull Kid scream playing in the background. And when the screen returned, I was staring at the Link statue from playing the song Elegy of Emptiness. I screamed as if things just stared back at me with the haunting facial expression. Which, by the way, the Elegy of Emptiness, that's what you're seeing on the screen right now, that creepy face. I turned around and ran out the back of the South Clocktown. To my horror, the fucking statue followed me, and the only way I could compare this to like a weeping angel from Doctor Who. Every so often, at random intervals, an animation would play and the statue appearing behind me. It was like the thing was chasing me, or don't even want to fucking say it, haunting me. By this point, I was on the verge of hysterics, but nothing seemed once did. The thought of turning off the console occurred to me. I don't know why, I was so wrapped up in it. The terror felt all so real. I tried to shake the statue, but it would literally appear right behind me every single time. Link started to begin the weird animations I've ever seen him do before. He would flail his arms around or spasm randomly, and the screen would cut from the happy mask salesman smiling again for a brief moment before I was face to face with the fucking statue again. I ended up running into the swordsman's dojo and ran into back. I don't know why, but in my panic, I just wanted some kind of a reassurance that I'm not alone here. To my dismay, I found no one. But as I turned to leave, the statue cornered me. But as I turned to leave, the statue cornered me in the cubby in the back. I tried attacking the statue with my sword, but to no avail. Confused and backed into the corner, I just stared at the statue, waiting for it to kill me. Suddenly, the screen flashed again to the happy mask salesman, and Link turned to face my screen, standing upright, mirroring the statue, looking at me, along with this copy, literally staring at me. Whenever I left, the fourth wall was completely shattered, while I ran out of the dojo terrified. Suddenly, the game warped me into an underground tunnel and reversed. Wow, my phone is like these ads stopping me from reading. Healing queued up again, and I was given a brief moment of rest before the statue started appearing behind me again. This time, before I could summon behind me again, I hurriedly made my way out of the tunnel and appeared to the southern clock tower. What? Oh my god. The thing I was using. Oh, hi, Liam. Let's look up and I saw you. How you doing? Yeah, it is an absolute cursed screenshot. Wait, what happened? Oh, now I gotta find. Why is it not even in my history now? Like, I was reading it off a wiki and the site's all weird on the phone and it kicked me off. Now I gotta get back on. At least I remember where I was at. Gives me gone to rest my eyes for a minute though, and hope everyone's doing good today so far. It's the only place I could find reading this story too was the wiki. Oh no. Okay, no, is it? Yes, okay. I'm good. I'm just marinating. No, I'm getting call someone 90 minutes and tell them I'm not hiring them because of the job they. Oh damn, that's not good at all. I don't even know what to say about that. Like, hopefully you have a game plan for that. Cause that's that sounds like it's gonna be real hard to do. I don't think I could ever. Like, I don't think I could ever do that. Oh, it's easy. Say as long as it's easy. I bet I'm trying to trying to find this spot. Well, yeah. Hopefully it's quick and painless though. They don't give you a hard time after you do it. But yeah, it just gives them the chance to find something better though. I mean, keep. Oh yeah, you definitely have it down. That's actually real nice. Oh, I'm almost there. Oop. And hopefully it's not lagging. I see it loading, but my thing says excellent. I'm Rachel Harper. Yeah, I could tell. That's actually like this reading that made me feel real happy. Like you actually have it down. Like that's a real nice way of like firing someone. Then basically, because people showing up there are new. All you missed is that I'm reading the because this is in parts. I'm reading it off a wiki and it's in parts. But he just found a copy from an old man, and he thinks that his save file a bit of a lag. Okay, but just a little bit. That's fine. Because again, I'm recording this on OBS, so it's nice because I don't have to worry about it like cutting in and out. And it was a really scuff scream at the beginning anyway. I had to like quiet down the dog and then make sure no one got picked up on the mic because the house is full today. Oh, I actually found the spot, I think. I'll just like reread a certain spot. Tunnel. Okay, I think. Okay, I think I know where I'm at. God, good, this story's so long. If this does it again, I'm gonna have to go on Wattpad or something, see if it's on there. God, I can't. It took me so long to get to this point. I can't even. I'm just gonna reread it from. Let's see here. Swordsman Dojo. I remember. This is gonna be such a scuff video when I upload it. I'm definitely gonna do like a shorter story next time too. Just because I know. Or I guess it's not the short story's fault. It's just reading it off a wiki. Okay, I'm gonna read it from here. Okay, I actually remember this. Okay, I think we're good. Again, or actually, from me looking that up, people hopefully went and took a break or whatever. I was trying to find this, but here we go. I'm just going to read it from this. Suddenly, the game warped to me in an underground tunnel, and the reverse song of feeling queued up again, as if I was given a brief moment of rest before the statue started appearing behind me again, this time aggressively. I could only take a few steps before it would summon behind me again. I hurriedly made my way out of the tunnel and appeared in the southern clock town. As I ran aimlessly, in a sheer panic, suddenly a re-dead screamed and the screen faded to black as dawn of a new day and all those eyes appeared again. The screen faded in, and I was standing on top of the clock tower with Skull Kid hovering over me again, silent. I looked up and the moon was back, looming just meters above my head. But the Skull Kid just stared at me hauntingly with his fucking mask. The new song was playing. The Stone Tower Temple theme played in reverse. In some sort of desperate attempt, I equipped my bow and fired off a shot at Skull Kid. And it actually hit him. And he played an animation of him reeling back. Fired again on the third arrow. A text box appeared saying, "That won't do any good." Hee hee. And I was picked up off the ground, levitated upwards on my back, and then Link screamed as he burst into flames, instantly killing him. I jumped when this happened. I have never seen this move used by anyone in the game, and Skull Kid himself didn't have any moves. As the death screen played, my lifeless body still burning, the Skull Kid laughed and the screen faded to black, only to have me reappear in the same place. I decided to charge him, but the same thing happened. Link's body was lifted off the ground by some unknown force and immediately burst into flames again, killing him. This time during the death screen, the faint sound of the reverse song of healing could be heard. Only my third and final try, I noticed that there was no music playing this time, that all there was this eerie silence. I remembered that the original encounter with Skull Kid, you were supposed to use the ocarina to either travel back in time or summon the giants. I attempted to play the Song of Time, and before I could hit the last note, Link's body once again horrifically exploded into flames, and he died. As the death screen neared its end, it began to chug as if the cartridge was trying to process a lot of something. When the screen came to, it was the same scene as the first 3 times, except this time it was lying on the ground, dead in a position I have never seen in the game before. His head tilted towards the camera with some kid floating above him. I couldn't move. I could only press any buttons. All I could do was just stare at Link's dead body. After around 30 seconds of this, the game simply fades out with the message, "You've met a terrible fate, haven't you?" before kicking you out of the title screen. Now saving these by paragraphs so I don't get screwed again. Upon getting back to the title screen and starting again, it's written weird too. I noticed that my save file was no longer there. Instead of Link, it was replaced with "your turn." Your turn. Had 3 hearts, 0 mass, and no items. I selected "your turn," and immediately when I did, I was returned to the clock tower rooftop scene of my Link dead and the Skull Kid hovering over. The Skull Kid's laughing, looping again and again. I quickly hit the reset button, and the game booted up again with one more save file added below "your turn," entitled Ben. Ben's save file is right back where it was before I deleted it, at the Stone Tower Temple with the moon almost crashing. And I see it lagging again. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, wait a little bit. Yeah, there it goes. Wait, offline. What? Gonna say, why does it say offline? Unstable now. There's so much hardships today. Like everything's going wrong today. Oh no. It shouldn't be unstable. Like everything looks good. Well, at least I saved where I was. I'm gonna wait a little bit. Again, luckily I'm recording this and it won't screw me when I upload this, but I at least like to wait a little bit, make sure everything's good. I apologize for the few viewers to the 4 viewers. It was doing good today, the internet. That's why I chose to do it right now. But it was acting up last night. But thank you all for bearing with me. I think we're good. I think I can continue. Though the unstable still scares me. I don't know why it disconnected, but we should be fine now. We should be. I turned the game off at this point. Oh, okay, yeah, now I can tell it. That was a notification telling me, oh, you're back on. I'm reading this off my phone. I turned the game off at the point. I'm not superstitious, but this is way too fucked up even for me. I haven't played it at all today. Hell, I didn't even get any sleep last night. I kept hearing the reverse song of healing music in my head and just remembered the sense of dread I felt exploring Clocktown. I drove back to the old man's house today and asked him some questions with a buddy of mine. No way I was going there alone, only to find that there was a for sale sign in front of the yard when I rang the doorbell. When I rang the door, no one was home. That was worded weird. So now I'm back here writing down the rest of my thoughts and record what happened. Sorry if some of this grammatical errors or whatnot. I'm running on no sleep here. I'm terrified of this game, even more so now that I relived it as I relived it a second time writing all this down. But I feel like there is still more to it than meets the eye. That there's something calling to me to investigate this further. I think Ben is something in this equation, but I don't know what. And if I could get a hold of the old man, then I would be able to find some answers. I need another day to recuperate before tackling this game again. It already taken a toll on my sanity, I feel like, but next time I do this, I'm going to be recording my footage all the way through. The idea to recording only came to me towards the end. So you see this last few minutes of what I saw, including Skull Kid in the elegy state, but it's on YouTube here. Oh, I have to be getting close. Okay, yeah. I'm going to stay in this thread for a little while longer before I fall asleep to answer any questions you guys may have or hopelessly listen to your ideas or theories to help me shed some light into this, or maybe things I should try to do. I think I'm going to play Ben's file tomorrow to see what happens. Maybe I was supposed to do that all along. I don't believe in the paranormal shit. But this is a little fucked up. But maybe this Ben guy is just really good hacker programmer. I don't want to think about the alternatives that he isn't. That's the end of the copy paste. I'm hoping that maybe there's some kind of running gag and developers had that other people have gotten gagged or hacked copies of this game like this. It just really scares me. Boom, take a break real quick. Reaccentuate. Man, that was a rough first part from like all the scuff I was doing. Again, this is for fun. It's live anyway. But hopefully everyone's enjoying it so far. Or got to this point. Whew. I need to plan. I have to start planning these better. Like it. Ugh, I'm gonna have to. I usually choose the weekdays to read these because I'm like that's when I can like do it. But the problem is, I guess like a bunch of people showed up and then I thought that they were going to be like gone this morning, but they weren't. And yeah. Oh wait. Okay, no, that makes sense. I'm 5 minutes in this session because it cut out. See, wait a little bit, make sure everything. Now it says excellent again. Now, hopefully the second part goes. I'm gonna read all the parts during this video. And I guess that's fair too. Like, people can take breaks during parts in this video if they need to, too. Like, pause it. And they'll know when there's breaks because I'll say that this is in parts. Alright. And again, because I know where I'm at. If it fucks up again, I'll switch to a different read. Because it real sucks to read this on Wiki. Alright. Everything looks good. We should be fine now. I'll take one last drink real quick. Alrighty. Part 2. It just says Ben drowned. That's the name of the part. I'm going to post what happened and link the video footage. But last night, everything got too real for me. I think I'm done messing around with this. I passed out pretty much immediately after making that Fred. But last night, the Elegy of Emptiness statue, I had a dream about it. I dreamed that it was following me in my dream. That I would be minding my own business when I feel my neck hair stand up on the end. I would turn around that thing. That horrible, lifeless statue would be staring from those empty eyes right at me. Merely inches away in my dream, I remember calling it Ben. And I never before had a dream that I could remember so vividly. But the important thing is I did sleep. The important thing is I did get some sleep, I suppose. Today, putting off playing the game as long as I could, I drove back up to my neighbor's to see if the old man came back. As I expected, the car was still gone and no one was home. As I was walking back to my car, the man next door moving the grass killed the power to his lawnmower and asked me if I was looking for someone. I told him that I was looking for a talk to the old man that has lived there. In which he told me what I already knew, that he moved. Trying a different avenue, I asked the old man had any family or relatives I could talk to. I discovered that this old man had never been married, nor did he have any children or grandchildren through adoption. Starting to become worried, I asked one final question. One that I should have asked from the beginning. Who is Ben? The man's expression turned grim as I leaned that I learned that 4 doors down around 8 years ago. On April 23rd, the man informed me that it was the same day as his anniversary. That's how he knew the specific date. There was an accident with a young boy named Ben in the neighborhood. Shortly after, his parents moved, and despite any further attempts to walk to the man to get more information, he would divulge anything else. I went back to started playing again. I loaded up the game and immediately jumped to the title screen where the mask flies by. The sound that played was not normal whoosh sound. It was something much more higher pitched. I pressed start, bracing for the worst, but just like 2 nights ago, the files Your Turn and Ben were displayed. Truth be told, I looked at the Ben file earlier. It seemed to fluctuate between display of Owl's save and not. I brought up the Ben file and hesitated for a moment, noticing that there was only 2 days to go. It seemed like he had already completed the Stone Tower Temple this time, summoning my courage and selecting it. Immediately, I was thrust into the complete chaos. Sure enough, I was outside Stone Temple Tower. But this was about all I was expected. The zone itself wasn't called Stone Tower Temple, but rather stone with spaces. And immediately, the dialogue box of complete gibberish that I couldn't make out one moment. My bad, I hear my dog growling because he sees people on the porch. His back was cocked violently to the side where his posture was permanently disfigured. Link's expression was dull, almost monotonous. He had an expression of his face that didn't recognize before. It was a blank look, as if he was dead. As Link stood there, his body spasmed irregularly back and forth. I examined what had become of my avatar and noticed that I had the C button item I had never seen before. Some kind of note, but pressing it did nothing. Sounds played back and forth, and I didn't recognize the game, almost demonic in nature. And there was some kind of high-pitched yep, some kind of laugh or something playing in the background. I had all of 2 minutes to take in the environment before another one of those fucking elegies of emptiness statues was summoned, and immediately after I was cut into the dawn of the new day screen. Except this time it was about those I subtext. When I say I, it's like I, not like actual eyeballs. I was the Deku scrub in Clocktown. This scene would normally play after the first time you traveled back in time. Tattle would say, what just happened? as if everything has, but instead of saying starting over, she finished her remark and broke text as the laugh of the happy mark salesman played in the background. I was put back in control of my character, but from a fucked up camera angle, I was looking from behind the door of the clock tower, watching my avatar run across the Degu shrub, seeing as how there really had no place to go because I couldn't see anything. I begrudgingly went inside the tower. That's when I was greeted by the happy mask salesman who simply told me, "You're meet with a terrible fate, haven't you?" before the screen waded out. I was in Termina Field as a human again. I might as well not have been playing the same game anymore. I was being warped around and there was no sign of the day clock or anything. I took a moment to get my bearings as I looked around the field, and immediately I could tell that this was not normal. There was no enemies, and a twisted version of the Happy Mask Salesman's theme was playing. I decided to run towards the woodfall before I noticed a gathering of 3 figures off to the side. One of them was being Epona. As I approached them, to my horror, I saw the Happy Mask Salesman, the Skull Kid, and the Elegy of the Emptiness statue just standing there. I figured maybe they were bugged out, but by now I could tell myself that I should know better. Nevertheless, I approached them carefully and found that the Skull Kid was playing some kind of idle animation on loop. Same with Espona and the Elegy of Emptiness statue that was doing what it had been doing all along, just standing there eerily, as if the Happy Mask Salesman was scared me more profoundly than the other two. Ooh. Love your model. It was super cute. I'm at work, but I came. Oh, thank you very much. Welcome, Maury. You know, I had so much scuff so far. Luckily, everything's working now, but I'm just happy that, like, again, it's a learning experience so far. The story's pretty good. Yeah, but I'm hoping everyone's doing good. And hopefully work is going good for all of you, too. Seems like everyone's working today. They better be giving you all raises. Mm-hmm. He too was idle, wearing the shit-eating grin. But wherever I moved, his head slowly turned and followed me. I had not engaged in any dialogue with him, nor was I in a combat with him. Yet his head still continued to follow my movements. Reminded of my first encounter with the Skull Kid on top of the clock tower, I pulled out my ocarina, to which the game played and ding sound when you're supposed to play your ocarina. I tried the song I haven't played yet, the Happy Mask Salesman's own song, and the song that had been playing on loop back in day 4, the Song of Healing. I finished playing the song as I did. A ear-piercing shriek blasted on my TV. The sky immediately started flashing. The Happy Mask Salesman twisted theme song sped up, intensifying the fear inside of me, and Link exploded into flames and died. 3 figures stayed lit up during my death screen and watched my lifeless body burn. I can't describe to you how sudden and terrifying the transformation from eerie to terror was. You're going to have to watch the video if you see firsthand. The same fear that caused me to lose sleep 2 days ago started to grip me again as I met with the text, you met a horrible fate, haven't you? For the 3rd time. There has to be some kind of meaning behind this. I had little time to ponder as I was immediately given another small cutscene of transforming into Zora, but now I found myself in Great Temple Bay. Hesitant but curious to see what the game had in store for me, I slowly made my way towards the beach where I found Espona. I wonder why the game had decided to put her there. Was the game implying that I was trying to get a drink? I don't know what that means. Unable to take off the mask, I decided that riding the steed wasn't the reason she was placed there. Suddenly I realized that Espona kept neighing and was neighing. And the way she was angled made it look like she was trying to signal at point to me off in the distance. It was a hunch, but I dove into the Great Bay and started swimming. Sure enough, I almost missed it. I found something at the bottom of the ocean, one last Elegy of Emptiness statue. I went down to examine it. I apologize again. I'm reading White on Black. It's horrendous. And suddenly my Zora started doing the choking animation I had never seen Zora do before. Oh, suffering at work, how about? Oh, Docket. uh, oh no, don't do this again, Wiki. Okay. Which didn't even make sense because Zora can't breathe underwater. Regardless, my character choked to death and died. And again, the statue was the only thing that was highlighted to my death. I didn't respond this time, and the booted back to the main menu as I restarted the console. Waiting a moment. I learned my lesson. My phone's starting to glitch again. So I know where I am in case it screws up on me. Again, it's so horrible. I can't believe this is the only place I found this story at. Reboot my phone real quick. Oh, goodness. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay, I had to reboot it, so I know where I'm at this time. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. It sucks so much on phone. Like, it's so bad. There. The press start screen was before me. I knew the only reason why it would put me here is because the save files had changed again. Taking a deep breath, I pressed start and I was right. The new save files told me about Ben. Now it made sense why the statue appeared when I tried to do the laundry pull. The laundry pull? Laundry? Actually, I don't know what that is in the game. The game must have anticipated how I could have tried to escape the day for Clocktown. The two save files told me his fate. As I suspected, Ben was dead. He had drowned. The game obviously isn't through with me. It taunts me with the new save files. It wants me to keep playing. Wants me to go further. But I'm done with this shit. I'm not touching any more of these files. This is already way too horrifying for me, and I don't even believe in the paranormal, but I'm running out of explanations. Why would someone send me this message? I don't understand it. I just get too depressed thinking about this. The footage is up here for some who want to see it and try and analyze it. Maybe some kind of coded message and gibberish, something symbolic, and what I went through. I'm too mentally drained to fuck with it anymore. And again, they actually do have videos on Wiki, and you could watch them because the guy made videos to go with the story. Now we're on part 3. I think we're about halfway through. Getting a drink real quick. Goodness. Alright. Alrighty. And again, hopefully everyone's having a great day, especially those that work so far. Alrighty. I know it's early in the morning. I stayed up all night. I can't sleep. I don't care if people see this. That's not the point. Oh. Absolutely. I just want the word to get spread so I don't suffer for nothing. I lost the will to type about this. The less I dwell on this, the better. I think the video just speaks for itself. I did what you guys told me to. I played the Elegy of Emptiness song at the first prompt by the game I was given. But I think that's what the game, or Ben, Jesus Christ, I can't believe he wrote this. Jesus Christ, I can't believe I'm even humoring the absurd idea that he exists in this game, close parentheses, wanted me to do. He's following me now, not just in the game, he's in my dreams. I see him all the time behind my back, just watching me. I haven't gone to any of my classes. I've stayed in my dorm room with the windows closed and the blinds shut. That way I know he can't watch me. But he still gets me when I play. When I play, he can still see me. The game is scaring me now. It talked to me for the first time, not just using text that was already in the game. It spoke to me, talked to me. It referenced Ben. It talked to me I don't know what it means. I don't know what it wants. I never wanted this. I just want my old life back. Stuff like this doesn't happen to people like me. I'm just a kid, not even old enough to drink yet. It's not fair. I want to go home. I want to see my parents again. I'm so far away from home. They're here at this school. I just want to hug my mom again. I just want to forget the statue's horrible blank face. My original game file is back just the way it felt before it was gone. I don't want to play it anymore. I felt like something bad will happen if I don't, but that's impossible. It's the video game. Haunted or not, it can't hurt me, right? Like, seriously, though, I can't, right? That's what I keep telling myself, but every time I think about it, I'm not sure. Oop, now we're on part 4 already. Oh, that was a short part. And this part's called Jodsible? Jadus Able? Oh, goodness. Sorry. I think we're getting close to the end, finally. Okay. Let me just clear things up. I know you guys are worried, but Jodsible is okay. Oh no, video game haunt me for real. Oh, that's fair. He finished moving out today, and he said he... Oh, is it a person? Jodsible. I don't think he even was brought up in this story. He finished moving out today, and he said he's going back home. He's just taking this semester off. I'm not really sure what happened. I have a vague idea, but you guys probably know more than I do. I'm Jossible's roommate, and obviously I knew something was wrong with him for a few days now. Oh, I think there was a time skip maybe. He stayed in his room all the time, fell out of contact with literally all of his friends, and I'm pretty sure he hadn't been eating hardly anything. After the second day, I could... Oh, that was scary. It's saying it's unstable again. If it disconnects, I apologize. You better not. Okay, I'm gonna hurry up. After the day, I could stay in anymore, so I've been crashing at my buddy's place, only coming into my room to get stuff that I need. I tried talking to him several times, but he could cut me off or keep the conversation brief when I asked him about the strange behavior. It's like he was convinced something was haunting him. Yesterday, I came to grab my philosophy book, and he approached me, looking awful, like horrible bags under his eyes. He handed me a flash drive and gave me specific instructions. He told me that he needs me to do one last favor for him. He finally explained to me that he has been going on and gave the account info to his YouTube account and told me that he's getting away from here. Okay, stream seems okay. Good. All right. I was going to say it says excellent now, but it scares me when it says unstable. It scares me to death. Even though it shouldn't because I'm recording this on OBS. But yeah. Told me he's getting away from here, that I lured him to play it again instead of trying to change things, and that he shouldn't have done that. And to upload the footage and inform people what happened. I told him that he could do it himself. And he got to his wild look in his eye and told me that he never looking at this game again. And that's the last thing he said to me. He never even said bye to his parents came to pick him up. I never even got to meet his parents. I honestly can't tell you what happened. When he spoke, it was kind of hard to understand him, and his fucked up appearance really distracted me. On this flash drive, there was a footage of the game last night. A text documented with his name and password for YouTube, and the third document called the truth.txt containing what told me were his notes that he'd taken. He told me that this meant everything to him, that I followed his instructions exactly. Normally, I wouldn't be to the letter for the request over this fucking video game, but the way he spoke and the way he looked at me, I knew this was really serious, and I'm going to honor that. I had this video since yesterday, but had to someone help me with Pinnacle? That's not really my forte. That after watching it, I had to go back through and look at his other videos on YouTube account to realize that was going on, and even then, I'm really, really confused. The video I'm releasing tonight, the truth.txt, will be released on September 15th, just like he requested. I haven't dared peek at it yet. So for the first time I see it will be the first time you will see it out of respect to my friend. To answer your questions, no. I haven't tried calling him yet. I think I'll give him a call tomorrow and see if he's okay or not. He should have gotten back home by now. About the video. In this video, I cut straight into when he loaded the Ben file in the game. I looked back and realized that Jossable left the save select screen in because it said different names sometimes. So my bad for that. But all it said this time was the same at the end of the last video, Lincoln Ben. Nothing different. I wasn't there when he played it, but it looks to me like in the beginning he first spawns his testing out his equipment. What? Beginning when he spawns his testing out his equipment. Yeah, they worded that weird. Or seeing what items he has or something. Because apparently they changed randomly before. Then after, I think the game got too personal for him. And now it's cutting back. Hey guys, Jossable here. This will be the last time you'll be hearing from me. And this is my final gift to you. These are notes that I have taken and the realizations I've made. Before I delve into this, I want to thank you for following me and thank you for listening. It feels like the weight of this powerful burden is about to be lifted. By the time you're reading this, I won't be around anymore. But after spending 4 days with this maddening game, I have begun to understand what really at play here, and I hope after reading this we can ensure that never happens again. There are things I could not share with you while this was going on due to the circumstances to which I'll explain. With Ben blocking any attempt I made to try and relay the truth to you, I tried ever so subtly to warn you guys in various ways. Amidst the chaos in my delirium, I devised make a barely noticeable pattern in my videos. In all 5 videos I recorded over the 4 days, I have either had the Mask of Truth interacted with the Ghost Zone or the Lens of Truth equipped at some point. For you Zelda enthusiasts here with the symbols of honesty and truthfulness, and I would hope that one of you may have picked up at the reference. As I played the file I would name Ben. Being mindful of how Ben was watching over my every move in the game, I made a point out avoid doing anything too obvious. But I sent out a hidden message to you guys. I never equipped the lens, nor the mask, nor visited the stone. It worked. And the video was uploaded. I prayed that someone would notice the pattern didn't apply to Ben. The tags followed suit too. I hope you guys paid attention to those as well. They were my little messages to you. Nothing big enough that would catch Ben's attention or make him suspect anything. With Ben manipulating and changing my files, I honestly hope that you guys saw was close to what actually happened. But there was no way for me to know. This may be a long read. I don't have time for proofread or make any... Yeah, you definitely didn't proofread this. Or have any research pretty. But here all it is. September 6, 2002. 11 p.m. I can't believe what happened. Not sure if this is some kind of elaborate hoax despite the fear. I can't help but exceptionally curious about this. Who or what is the statue? A lot of questions here. I'm starting this document as a diary so I can keep track of everything. I'm typing up the summary of what happened so I can come back to it later. September 7th, 2010. 2:10 a.m. Summary was posted here. You can go back and look at the first video on day 4.wmv for that. 4:23. I can't sleep. I'm trying so hard, but the harder I just tried, I feel more restless. I just feel like the statue is appearing whenever I close my eyes. 8:20. Didn't sleep at all. Just going to start my day. I don't think I have the energy to go to class today. I'm going to drive down to talk to what the old man talking to the buddy Tyler with me just in case. Oh, 1:10. Back home now. No sign of the old man. Really weird that he appeared to be moving the next day. But maybe the for sale sign was up there yesterday and I just didn't notice it. Tyler wants to know what's gotten me all worked up. I didn't tell him. Going to eat. I feel like death. 3:46 p.m. Could have sworn driving back from the subway I saw the elegy statue buried in some shrubbery staring at me. Now I definitely need some sleep. 5 p.m. Don't think a lot of people would believe me if I told them about what's happening. Think I'm going to try posting this on the internet. Think I'll just use the summary. These notes are pretty sporadic. 6 p.m. Connected my capture card to my computer to upload footage. Thought my computer froze for a second, made the strange popping sound, and it hooked everything up. But now it seems to be working fine again. My computer can't die on me now. 7 p.m. The footage is finishing uploading. The quality's a lot better than I thought it would be. Gee, guess this is really special cartridge. I've never seen something, though, this clear before. 8:45. I thought I saw an icon pop up to my desktop that looked like the statue's face for a split second. Gave me quite the scare. Getting really unnerved and delirious. I'm going to crash after this. 9 p.m. Began uploading my YouTube video on the alt account. 9:03 p.m. I don't understand. I don't remember having uploaded the Vampire. I don't remember having uploaded Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Damn. Video last year. This was probably the account that I shared with my friend of mine last summer. I hope he doesn't mind using it to upload this. 9:55 p.m. Posting my summary of day 4 with a link to the YouTube video. Going to try to stay awake, but I'm so tired right now. September 8th, 2010. 10:48. I have dreamt about this statue. I dreamed that it was following me in my dreams. That I would be minding my own business when I feel that my hairs stand back up on the back of my neck. I would turn around that thing. The horrible, lifeless statue would be staring with those empty eyes right at me, nearly inches away. In my dream, I remember calling it Ben. Power of suggestion, most likely. And I never before had a dream that would remember so vividly. 11:21 a.m. I really don't want to play this game again. Think I'm going to go back and see if the old man is there instead. 1:35 p.m. No old man. But I just had the interesting conversation with the neighbor. I'll post the full thing with my summary of tonight's attempt as I play the game. Going to wait for a bit though and see if I can dig up the information on this Ben guy. 2:45 p.m. I've been getting random, inexplicable headaches due to lack of sleep. I kept hearing the song in my head. Also, the flu season. So I need to be careful not to get sick. My immune system is going to be shit now because of all this all-nighters. 3:02 p.m. My computer just on its own opened up the text document and wrote the words "Hi" into www.cleverbot.com by itself. What the fuck? 3:46 p.m. I went to the website. It's one of those bot chatting programs. I think it's best I just let the conversation speak for itself. 9:10 conversation. And by that, it's September 8th, 2010, I think. User, hello. Cleverbot, hello. User, who is this and how are you able to control my computer? Cleverbot, who am I? User, right, forgot. You're a bot. Oop, one moment. Making sure my dog doesn't scream. Like barking you guys' ears. Cleverbot, what do you think Cleverbot, do you really think that? User, listen. I know whoever's fucking with my computer can see my screen right now. Cleverbot, yes. User, yeah, I'll wager that you're one of those it kids who thinks it's tough shit. You know what you're doing right now is illegal, right? Cleverbot, is it? User, no shit. Are you familiar with the terms invasion of privacy? Get the fuck off my computer, kid. Cleverbot, I am your computer. User, cool story. Anyway, I'm calling DPS. You picked a bad time to fuck with me when Oh, I heard like squeaking. I didn't know what that was. Cleverbot, you should wait until you play the game then. User, what? Cleverbot, the game. User, Majora's Mask. Cleverbot, yes. Tell him, Shotgun, yeah. User, how did you know about that? Cleverbot, because. User, because what? Cleverbot, I did it. User, did what? Cleverbot, I played with you. Speak with your old mod voice. I would. A lot of people in this house. User, what the fuck? Cleverbot, were you scared? User, who the fuck is this? Cleverbot, Ben. User, the statue. You're inside my computer now. Cleverbot, yes. User, how? Cleverbot, you connected me. User, how the hell did I connect you? Cleverbot, cables and cords. User, how? Cleverbot, tell me yourself. User, what? Cleverbot, tell me about yourself. User, what do you mean? Cleverbot, is this really scaring you? User, what the fuck? Cleverbot, answer. One moment. Someone using the microwave, so I hope nothing gets disconnected. User, no. Cleverbot, answer. User, what the fuck? How the fuck did you just open this by yourself? Cleverbot, I am your computer now. Yep, now it's lagging. One moment. Yeah. So I was using a microwave, so I'm hoping everything's still up and running. It looks like it's not lagging. We should be fine. But yeah, every time someone uses the microwave, the internet disconnects. Cleverbot, I am your computer now. User, how much can you control? Cleverbot, all. User, what do you want from me? Cleverbot, to entertain. User, you're stuck inside there. You can't hurt me. Cleverbot, ha. User, question mark. Cleverbot, go play. User, no, you can't hurt me. Cleverbot, took you longer to type that. User, so? Cleverbot, you're not sure. User, if you're so powerful, why can't your ridiculous website like just well, you need a God, this is written so weird. If you're so powerful, why use a ridiculous website like this to chat with me? Cleverbot, less messy, more instructive, fun. Oh, there it goes. God darn it. Well, they're using the microwave. I knew this would happen. Yeah, it's down. Reconnection successful. Are we good? Oh, this is gonna be so scuffed when I upload this. One moment. Well, she's still using. I wish I had a warning before that microwave went off. I was doing so good till she used that microwave. We'll see. Hopefully everything's good now. I can't tell if I'm connected or not. I might have to refresh the screen. And she used the microwave again. All right, we'll see. Says everything's up. Okay, I might just have to keep reading. And then see what happens. User, fun. Cleverbot, yes. Tradition, I like it. User, you think this funny? Cleverbot, amusing. User, in my notes? Cleverbot, you may write them down. User, why are you letting me? Cleverbot, it's amusing to see what you think of me. Window closes. Ooh. Alright. It says I'm offline still. No, it says I reconnected. Hello, hello. Alright, there might be a noise on my phone. Yeah, that's what happens. Now you know the horrors of the microwave. Yeah, I give up. This has been the most scuffed stream I have ever had. This is the most stuffed stream. Anyway, I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to read the rest of this. I apologize to anyone that was watching it live. She just ruined the whole stream. Oh. It actually even cut me off my story. Lessons are being learned today. I need to not do this. I need to wait till everyone's not even in the house to do these. It's almost over anyway, so. How much is left? God, that the whole chatbot thing, that felt like it was going on forever and ever. Oh, it says I'm live now. I think we're good. I think we're good now. Pretty much lost everyone after that. I want to see how much story is left real quick. Okay, we're actually almost done. I guess while all this stuff is happening, it gave people time to take a break. Now everything should be up and good. Okay. Yeah, that's what happens. But we should be good now. And I apologize to anyone that was watching and then got kicked off a lot. Just looking to make sure everything is good. It says unstable, but I see that we have people watching at least. Yeah. Boop, boop, boop. I'm gonna type in the chat real quick. Sorry. Good now. There we go. Just in case. Alrighty. Now I'll just finish this off. There's only so much left. I'm beginning to think that this thing maybe isn't bad at all. It is a sadistic nature, I would be surprised if I took the boy's name after it killed him. 12:04 p.m. My room is beginning to feel different again. There's something out there. I finally really what? There's something out there. I feel really threatened. Like there is something that is trying to reach out to me and strangle me, but it can't quite get there. 12:46 p.m. I think Ben doesn't want to play with me anymore. I'll play again. I'll play the game again, Ben. Can you see this? I'll play the game again. Please, just stop. Please, please. 1:41 p.m. I'm going insane trying to decide what's real and what isn't. Ben just playing a trick on me, or isn't this for real? Is Ben generating these replies, or are people actually posting them? Did I just see that screen flicker, or was it my imagination? Imagine depending on the internet and trusting your eyes for your entire life and then being blinded. You can't rely on it anymore. You second guess everything. For a brief moment, I am, to capitalize that, looking at my responses to the videos. People were pointing out things that looked fake or photoshopped or whatever, and there is literally no way for me to know if Ben changed. Something on purpose is trying to shut me up. Or it may be those replies were just constructed by Ben to try and discourage me from even reaching out. Seeing if I fucking caught the infinite mindfuck loop like this, and this is what has been wearing on my sanity and pushing me to the edge. As I'm writing this, there's no way of even telling if anyone even cares as much as I think they do. Just another fucking trick. Is this whole document even exist? Am I writing nothing? 9910 Conversation 2. User, what is this? What's the point of playing? Applying? What's the point of playing? I'll die wherever I do anything. Cleverbot. Oh, we're doing this again. Cleverbot, you die because you can't figure out the secret. User, what? Cleverbot, thematic. User, what the fuck are you talking about? Cleverbot, the beauty is in your suffering. The window closed. 4:09 p.m. Ben is making me play the game again. It tells me that it has something very important to show me. 6:23 p.m. Summary of a drowned.wmv playthrough. 9:09 Summary of the children WMV playthrough. I said that twice. September 10, 2010. 11:52 a.m. The drowned.wmv playthrough was up when I woke up today. I remember typing it up, but I don't even remember posting it. He censored it again. There was no mentioning of the old man. I have no voice anymore. I am only posting what he wants me to. I am masked. I am the mask he uses to disguise himself as he lies. 11:55 a.m. There's an entire video summary of a video I don't remember doing. Reading through the summary, the sounds morbid resembling my dream from 2 nights ago, except one far more sadistic scale. These moon children were something more to them, almost as if they're another entity to Ben. Something happened last night that I can't remember. I'm posting the 4th summary to the forums now. Shadow of my chair moved. 12 p.m. Ben won't let me visit YouTube. I can't browse the rest of the sites, but he keeps on exiting the window when I go to YouTube. Why? 2:02 p.m. I'm feeling the air start to constrict. I don't think I'm alone here. Whenever Aura has been here, it's getting more violent. 2:44 p.m. I'm trying to contact Ben on Cleverbot. He's not responding. I just get the AI. 3:51 p.m. My ears are fooling me. I'm hearing the reverse song of healing. I keep hearing it. 4:23 p.m. Now I'm positive of it. Earlier I thought it was weird coincidence, but just now I went to open my window. The 3 floors down at the ground level I saw the old man. I'm completely positive it did. The same guy. He was just staring up at the window, standing in the middle of the campus, as if students took notice of him. They didn't seem to acknowledge it. That's when my notes end. I fled my room, taking the cartridge with me. I don't want to go into detail of what happened. I'll lose my train of thought as to hammer out of these details. It's been roughly 2 days since then. This is my last summary and serves to you, the final video to you guys. Saw Matt WMV. The last video entry I made, Matt.WMV, began as normal. I was spawned in the clock tower as usual, and nothing seemed to be out of place. Determined to set things right and play oath to order on top of the clock tower on the 4th day, I prepared myself. I sped up time and got to the final day, making my way to the observatory. As I got up to the telescope room and approached the astronomer, he would not let me look into his telescope. He told me that it would be cheating and that I should follow my rules. Despite my repeated efforts, the game would not let me do the 4th day glitch. No matter how hard or what I tried working around the game and doing the glitch, but it was adamant this time. Regarding of it, I simply had the illusion of free will in prior games. This time the game became more aggressive than anything I've seen it. Eventually told me to go to Icana Canyon, where the game would end up and it would stop haunting me. Anxious and desperate to end this nightmare, I played the Song of Soaring and ended up there. I told to check my inventory. I would find the answers to end the game. I arrived at Icana Canyon and saved my progress at the owl statue. As I searched through my inventory, I finally noticed that I was missing a reoccurring song, The Elegy of Emptiness. Obviously, once I traveled there, I learned the song. I suppose that's the last thing I needed before Ben decided it had enough playing with me. Ben is a manipulator. He tries to fool his victims into security and make you drop your guard like a Venus flytrap. He ensures them. I am nothing but a puppet to them. He enjoys seeing what kind of human emotions he can tap into doing different things. There are still some things about this whole experience that still don't make sense. But then again, I never was good at fighting out these things. I'm not exactly in the right state of mind. I'm giving you all pieces of the puzzle for you to analyze and piece together the missing links. I am typing these closing thoughts on the library computer of the campus. I've emailed myself the notes I have stored on my infected computer from the last 4 days. I'm going to go copy-paste those notes with the closing openings that I've typed here on the safe public computer into the text document. I'm not taking any chances spreading Ben. I would not wish this horrible torment on anyone. I've made sure that this basis covers here. I didn't run into any problems with Ben when I was back on my computer trying to email myself the notes. Went right under his fucking nose. He has no idea what he just let me do. Had no problems opening the text document from my infected computer in the email. I can't describe to you how it feels to finally be able to get the word out in this post. The nightmare ends here. That said, do not download any of the videos or anything about my videos. For a YouTube video audio ripper, a screen grab, whatever. I don't know how he has spread, but I do know that just watching them on YouTube reading my text won't be able to allow them to spread. Otherwise, he wouldn't have needed my help in the first place. But I strongly recommend you do not take anything you see streaming online onto your own personal computer. This will be my last posting. I'm posting up on this forum here for the world. If you see any further posts from me after today's current date, September 12th, and after the current time, 12:08 a.m., discredit them. It already has proven to me that Ben can access my account password and manipulate my computer. And like I said, I have no idea what extent it can do this, but I know that it will do anything to break free. He is desperate. To ensure your safety, just forget about me, please. And obviously this goes out without saying, but from here on out, do not download any images I may have put up, any files, anything. This 5th day will be my last day. I'm going to burn the cartridge and then come back to destroy my laptop. Again, even though I don't even know you this, they wrote that weird, any sort of bittersweet for me. This semester I really didn't have any friends, or rather stopped paying attention to them. But I suppose this partially to blame because I am the genius who picked the live in a single. I suppose someone to get a hold of me and save me before I got too immersed into this game would have literally saved my life. However, it proved too much for me. I'm just glad it didn't happen to me. I could get the warning out so Ben dies here. Lastly, Thank you for taking the time to open this and open yourselves up to me by hearing my story. Despite maybe not believing me, you didn't have to do that. Really, you shouldn't have. Your support this entire time has kept me going, and now I'm finally free of this. Thanks again, Jawsabel. I think that's it. I actually think that's it. That's the end. Yeah, and then that's the end of the wiki story. Well, there's a lot of things to say. First off, that was a hard read. Um, Again, there was so much errors because this is such an old story, and the fact that it was uploaded on wiki, this was a nightmare. Other than that, not bad of a story overall. Again, this is like them trying to make something in a game horrifically real. So they're trying to do it in like a blog. They're uploading like their experiences, and that's how the story was written. But yeah, you could tell this is aged. Ooh. Give me a second to say here. And again, sorry in advance. This is the first time I did something so long. And again, I had a lot of people here today, so I was trying to keep it down or like keep it as good as I could, but the microwave thing. Usually they tell me about their microwave. They just did it this time. So I apologize for that if it cut anyone off. But yeah, overall, not that bad of a story. I think ahead of time now, I'm gonna plan not to read this off of Wiki anymore. That's what drug me down, was just reading it off of that site. I needed to start doing it off of Reddit and WhatsApp again, or Wattpad. But a lot of lessons were learned today, and it makes me miss doing the ASMR style. But no, I promised I'll do a bunch of these readings for fun. And yeah, and again, I'm glad people came and they saw the model. Um, I saw that there was a little error on it. Again, I was saying this in the beginning, but I had to re-upload these images again because I had to take off that like error in that image or on my dress. But it all looks good now. I'm happy with the way it turns out. I had to dress up for Halloween after all. This is gonna be like a fun listen when I upload it onto YouTube because again, it doesn't cut off on doesn't cut off on OBS, but it cuts off on stream, so it's gonna sound like I'm being weird when the pauses happen and whatnot. But I put just chatting, and I always say that this is live, so they'll understand. But yeah, I don't know what's next actually. I'm trying to think if there's anything else like horror story wise I want to do. I'm gonna have to pick it on a good day again if I do another one. Because again, it was a busy day. It's no one's fault. I should have done it like at a different time. Because I woke up at about 9 and I was going to stream a lot earlier, but then people started doing stuff at the sink and I had to panic game plan because I hit live already and I was like, uh-oh. But yeah, I can see it already starting to cut off again. Okay, there we go. It's good. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for today. To the people that stuck around and the people that showed up, thank you so much. Like, I appreciate it. It's always nice to have people show up when I'm doing the readings. It's nice, like, it definitely helps, especially like I had Lamb telling me about like when it's lagging and not. It shouldn't be lagging next time though. I'm gonna game plan it better, and then go talk to the people out there, tell them why I was, because they didn't know I was doing a recording. They don't know. So, like, I try to keep quiet about it because I kind of like to keep it separate from letting anyone know for reasons. But yeah. Just waiting, see if anyone else. Before I end the stream, it's like 50-50. Like, I'm sitting here. This was probably the most scuff stream I ever did. But it's like a learning stream. Like, it was like a good experience. And this is the longest I ever done. I'm at, I think, an hour and 30 minutes now. Because this was such a long read. Um, but yeah, the people that do watch this and was listening through, skipping through all like the stuff where I had needed to pause and do stuff. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate it. Um, Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. I know today I'm going to be playing Warframe. I've been such addiction to it lately. But today's a Halloween event getting uploaded, so I'm gonna try to get a new Warframe. Oh, Chico's getting up. Feel bad to Chico too. I had to keep him quiet throughout this stream. He's not used to being quiet for so long. Huh? Come here. You want to say bye to anyone? Oh yeah, he's frustrated. He just wants me to open the doors and go say hi to people. Yeah. He's so tired. He's I don't know what he wants. I'm itching his ear and he's flopping around. But yeah. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys for stopping by. And next time I'll definitely have my shit together and have this all planned out better. Maybe I'll do another ASMR sometime. Oh, there he goes. Yep. Almost fell off the bed and gave me a heart attack. Alright. Bye, everyone. Thank you. I don't think there's anyone to raid either, or I would have. Should be some streams later today. I'll probably catch people from here there, because everyone is so lovely. But yeah, bye. See you soon. Bye-bye.